Hey, what's up, Camp Nerd fans? This is Ian here in the camp, and we're coming back with another tutorial. Last week was a real rough week, so this week we're going to get started on the right foot, and we are changing up a little bit. We've been doing WinForms, we've been doing WPF, now we are going to do UWP, Universal Windows Presentation Form. And so what we're going to be doing today is just a basic menu, and to show you what it is, you have your 3 bars right here, and you click that and it extends out and it shows you the icon and the word. Now you can also just go by the icon, and which is, I do not have this icon plugged in yet. This is an application that I'm actually building for my dad, and so I'm not going to mess this one up as far as what I've got in here so far. And so we're going to get into this, and we're going to do this menu, and we're going to get you started in the UWP, and then as far as like fully publishing and then putting it out on the Windows Store, things like that, which is this application will be out on the Windows Store once it is finished. And so without further ado, let's actually get into the application. Now also, for the new people that are just coming in, I want to tell you to read the description. There may be some things in there that you may not know that you would like to know. Also, if you like the videos, hit that like button. It lets me know with feedback how I'm doing. And also, if you would like to join the Camp Nerd family, if you haven't already, then hit that subscribe button. Now, over the past 2 years I've been doing this, and we've been getting some ups and downs, good, the bad, tragedy. A lot of you know that my mother passed away last year, and then I broke my back and had to have triple spinal fusion surgery, and so everything has just been a wild ride for the past year. And so what we're going to do is, you want to bring up a UWP, which is a Universal Windows blank app, and you can go to whatever you want to name the application. I'm just going to leave this as app 1, and I'm just going to create a new folder and put it in there as tutorial, like so. And then I'm just going to leave it the name app 1. Alright, now when you come up, you're going to have to select the target for the minimum and version, and also the target version. Now, I ran into this the other day. I went to do a UWP app, and I went and done this, and it said it would not run. Windows just come out with the 1809 version. So if you're going to point to the latest 1809 and it comes up and it says that it cannot view the designer or anything like that, that you need to install the updated version of Windows, check your Windows update to see if you have got that update. Once I updated my whole operating system up to version 1809, I was able to use this. Now, if you want to select for lower versions, you can see here you've got different versions that you can choose from for the minimum, and then for the maximum, it's only going to be the target version 1809. So either way, if it comes up, if you can't do this, check your Windows update. Alright, and once you get that, you're just going to click OK. And it's going to go through and it's going to create the project and add everything. I have noticed UWP applications are a whole different ball game as far as creating applications like WPF and WinForms. And so when your application, Universal Windows Platform, loads, I don't know what I said UWP, I think it's a presentation form, but it's a Universal Windows Platform, and this can go between like Xbox, Windows Phone, desktop, Windows tablets, things like that. But we're just going to be focusing on the desktop side for now. And if you want to put any kind of applications on the store, you have to go through the UWP, the Universal Windows Platform. All right, so if you wanted to read and stuff like this, you can. We're just going to exit out of that just to get to the base thing. Now, when you come over here, you're going to notice that you're going to have connected services, properties, reference, assets, app.xaml. You're going to have a temporary key, your main page, and your package app manifest. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the main page.xaml. You can change it if you want to, but for this, we're just going to keep it very, very, very basic. All right, now as this is going to be kind of like the material design that was in the WPF, but you cannot use material design in UWP, which sucks. There's a lot of things you cannot use in UWP, like for example, if you want to do the Windows management, well, sorry, it's not supported in UWP. Honestly, I think UWP is a bunch of BS, because there's a lot of stuff that you would use in WinForms and WPF that you cannot use in the UWP. But in order to get your application on the Microsoft Store, you have to use it. So there's a lot of application infrastructure designing that you'd have to do to get away from what you're used to and learn how to do all this completely all over again with UWP. A lot of the programming concepts is exactly the same, but like your references and things like that, just to kind of show you on the references, if you was to go to add a reference, you have no framework assemblies, you have some extensions that you can use, but you've got to go through and find out which extensions go to which and things like that. Now, if you notice in a lot of the speech, now if you put in system.speech, it's not going to be found. If you just put in system, there is your system pretty much. So you've got a lot of work around. It's a whole total different ball game. And so to get started, we're going to do something very easy, and that is make a menu. Okay, so you don't have to do anything except you're already here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this grid, and we're going to put the background color. You can put it as whatever. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this right here and keep it fairly simple, like so. All right, now what we are going to do is we are going to use a split view. So within your grid, you are going to want to put a split view, and you are going to close it off like so. Now in this split view, we are going to define some few different things. So you're going to name your split view, and I'm just going to put this as menu split view. Okay, now you have your split view named. Now you need to go in and put in the display mode, and this is going to be a compact overlay. Okay, now within this compact overlay, it's going to put this little bar right here, and we're actually going to change that color here in a minute if you cannot see it. So to kind of get to where you can see it, for this tutorial, I'm just going to erase this and put black. And so you see right here, this is going to be your menu section. So we need to add a few more things to this to get it actually set up to where we need it to be. All right, now we need to put the is open pane. It's not is open, is pane open, and we're going to put on here false. So that way when the application runs, it's just going to stay like this right here. Okay, now we need to put in our compact panel length, and this is going to be the length of when it's pushed in, when it's collapsed. So I'm just going to put 50. So that way that gives enough room. You can put more on there. It just depends on what you want. Now, whenever we press the menu button, we're going to add here in just a minute, we need to have the open pane length, and this is the length that's going to go when it comes completely out. If you do 150, and to show you what I mean, we're just going to put true on there, and you see this is how wide it opens up. Now it's going to be a fairly good amount that's on there, but I'm just going to leave this for false for right now until we get into it, and then you can actually adjust it later on when you get into the actual programming. Alright, now you want to put a margin, and that margin is going to be 0, 0, 10, 0. Don't ask me why, it works. Alright, now within this split view, you are going to put a split view dot pane, and then you're going to close it off like so. Now it's going to give you a little wild error like that because we've got to put something in between those two split view pane tags. So we're going to put a stack panel, and then the background, which is, you can go ahead and close that off like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a stack panel, and then we're going to put a background of let's say gray. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Kind of gives a little representation of what you're going to be doing. Okay, now we're going to be using a button within this stack panel. Alright, so you're going to put a button, and you're going to close it off with your forward slash, and then so that way there's no end tag button. Alright, so on this button we're going to be using MDL2 assets, and that's going to give you the icons like your pack icon and material design theme. And I will leave a link in the description to where all those MDL2 asset icon tag names, to where you can put them in. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a font family, and it's Sigio MDL2 assets, and you're going to write it exactly like that. And then we're going to put a font size of 25, so that way you can adjust this later on to get the right amount that you want. All right, then we are going to put a height of 50 and a width of 50. And like I said, you can change that later on, but 50 I notice is a good size. Alright, so now we're going to put the content. Alright, now within this content, you're going to have a list. I actually have a sheet of paper right here with just some of the icons that I'm going to be using for the UDS application, which is the Ultimate Diagnostic Suite. And so you want to use the triple bar menu. It's what a lot of people uses. So what you need to do is you need to use your ampersand, and then your number sign, lowercase x, capital E, 700, and you need to close that off with a semicolon. All right, now once you have that put in, you want to have a background. And then within this, well, you need to go outside. So you're going to put in a background, and it's going to be transparent, like so. All right, now we have, just to show you what that button looks like, we're just going to run it so you can see what that looks like. It's not going to do anything because we have not wired up any events. So as we are waiting, it's going to come up, and we'll get to this later on because that's what you'll see once it actually starts. Now, if you notice the way that I have the application, you have your button right here. And I've went through and done everything, and it works out perfectly. So that's what the menu button is going to look like. Now let's add some more icons through here. And if you wanted to pause the video at this point and go to the link that is in the description to where you can get all of these icons, you can scroll through and write down on a piece of paper like what it is and everything. I've got a few that I'm going to use for an example on here. All right, now we're just going to take this over like so, and I'm going to basically magnify this by about 200, and so that way we can actually see the icon that's going to be posted right here underneath. All right, so after the button, you can put text with that button if you want, but I don't. So after this button, you're going to do another stack panel, and this is going to be a stack panel, and it's going to be open and close. And then you're going to do an orientation of horizontal, and then in between those two stack panels, what you're going to do is you're going to highlight this button like so. You're just going to copy it, you're going to come right here and you're going to paste it, and then that's going to give you another button. It's going to be really simple instead of having to type all of that back out again. And then you're just going to go to the content section, and then you're going to erase whatever is on there. And for this one, I am going to use the settings icon. So it'll be like that right there, and you can see that the gear is right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come down, and we're going to add a text block, and we're just going to close it off, single close, and then the text is going to equal settings, and then we're going to do a font size of, let's say, 16 with a vertical alignment of center. And if you want to see what that's going to look like, you just go up here to Is Pane Open, False, and you're going to just change that to true, so you can actually see what it looks like here. And if you go back to the text block, you can see that it says settings, and then of course you're going to have a little bit of space at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and put this back to false. Alright, now you want to get back into the adding icons. We're just going to add 2 more icons. And what you're going to do is real simple. From where you've got the stack panel opening to close, where you did that button and text, you're just going to copy it, and then you're going to paste, and then paste, and as you see, it'll come down through there. And so on this second one, we need to change the icon, and we're just going to put on this icon, we're going to use the this PC form. So you'll see that it's this PC, and then in your text you can put this PC, and then here we can put search, and then you're going to come over here and you're going to change it for the search, and that is going to be 721, like so. Alright, so now if we bring this back down and we're going to fit all, you'll see here that you've got these icons right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give some functionality to the button, the menu button, which is just going to be under the stack panel background gray, and then you're going to do the click event on that. Alright, now in the click event you're going to use your basic if and else if statements. So if, and then it's going to be menu splitView dot is pane open is equal to false. Then you're just going to come down and put menu dot splitView dot is pane open equals true, and then you're going to come down, you're going to do the else statement, and you're going to do it in the reverse. So in the else if statement, you're going to put the same thing, menu view dot is pane open is equal to true. Then you want the menu split view dot is pane open to equal false. You're going to close that off. Alright, so basically now you have this completely wired up, and to show you, we're just going to go to the start it on and show you what it is. Now you see the application that it comes up right here. You've got your menu, you've got your settings icon, and now if you don't know what that is, if you click on it, it'll actually expand out and give you like settings, this PC, and search. So you would just click on which one you want to go to navigate to whatever page or do whatever you want to over here. And this is how you create a sliding menu with the split view panel. And so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you liked it, hit that like button. If you got any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Be sure to read the description, because there may be some things that you don't know about that you would like to. Also, we have our Keep It Nerdy merchandise listed in the description in the link under merchandise. You can follow me everywhere. I'm on YouTube, Twitter, Periscope. Do not have a Facebook group yet. We'll be building one of those later on. And so this is the basic thing of how to do a menu. And if you have not joined the Camp Nerd family, and if you would like to get some cool tutorials like this, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and also turn on the notifications. And remember, this is Ian here in the camp, and I will see y'all guys in the next tutorial. Until then, keep it nerdy.